didn't mention it. And I'm going to tell you about Buddhism. So I think that lots of people, or almost everyone heard about Buddhism, but only few people actually know what Buddhism is about. So I guess that many of you probably suspect that Buddhism has something to do with Buddha, right? So, but if you think that Buddha in Buddhism is something like God in Judaism and Christianity, then you're completely, it's not the case. You're wrong. Actually, Buddha is not someone specific in Buddhism. There are a lot of Buddhas. There is the most famous Buddha, who is Gautama Buddha, but it's just one of many. Okay, so what is Buddhism really about? So Buddhism actually has an interesting thesis which says that life is suffering. Very optimistic. So basically, says life is suffering, and not only that life is suffering, but you suffer, there are diseases, and even when you die, the suffering doesn't end, because Buddhists believe that you're reborn into a new life. Actually, Buddhism evolved from Hinduism. Hinduism is the same thing, but whatever, you are reborn into a new life and you suffer again. So you're doomed to suffer and suffer and suffer forever, unless you reach enlightenment. If you reach enlightenment, you can reach a state of nirvana, which is some kind of state of supreme harmony, whatever, blah blah, in which you no longer live in the usual sense, and then you become Buddha. So basically, from the point of view of Buddhism, your whole purpose of life is to stop the cycle of reincarnation and become a Buddha. But it's not just a binary thing. It's not just either you're a Buddha or not. There are actually ranks which you can reach, which are called worlds. They're different. So there is a whole cosmology in Buddhism, how the universe looks like. So we exist in a world which is a world of humans. Below us, there is a whole world of animals, right? So you can be reborn as an animal, and it's it means you go demoted. So it has to do with something called karma. If you're doing good things and you're studying Buddhism and whatever, then you get positive karma. And if you do bad things, you get negative karma. And the total karma you earn during your life determines which world you're going to end up with after you reincarnate. So below the human world there's the animal world, and below that there's the hungry ghost world, and below that there's hell, which is also divided into several levels. And above the human world, we have the world of asuras, and then the world of devas, which devas are basically Hinduist gods. So in Buddhism, this is just a level which you can reach. But this is not the last level. These are just the worlds where you're bound to pleasure, and above that there are worlds of beings who manage to free themselves from pleasure, because apparently pleasure is bad. And even beyond this, there are worlds of beings that free themselves from form. And or somehow abstract beings. And basically Buddhas somehow exist out of all of this, so that they are above all of these categories. But actually it's even more complicated, because besides this vertical hierarchy of worlds, there's also a horizontal hierarchy of worlds. So there are parallel universes, a lot of parallel universes on each level, and there's a specific number of them. I don't remember the number, but it's a huge number. Actually, it's impressive that in ancient India they could express this number. Okay.